All right, let's talk about it. You know the drill. The calendar flips to January 1st, and suddenly we're all going to be brand new people, right? We're going to be fitter, more organized, learn a new language, the whole shebang. But what really happens when that midnight motivation wears off? Well, to get to the bottom of that, we have to look at the psychology of the whole thing.
And yeah, the reality is a little sobering. Check this out. A whopping 80% of New Year's resolutions get abandoned. I mean, think about that. That means 8 out of 10 of our big, ambitious plans just fizzle out. It's a huge number.
So what gives? Why does this happen year after year? We all start with so much conviction, so much fire on January 1st, but it seems like most of those goals don't even make it to Valentine's Day. The thing is, it's not because you're lazy, and it's not a lack of willpower. It's all about how our brains are wired.
To really understand why we fail, we first have to understand why we get so fired up to begin with. And it all kicks off with this really cool psychological idea called the fresh start effect.
So this isn't just some vague, new year, new me feeling. Nope, it's a real, documented phenomenon. Psychologists call these temporal landmarks. You know, things like a new year, a birthday, even just the start of a new week. And they give us this powerful urge to get our act together and chase our goals.
Basically, your brain uses these dates to draw a line in the sand. It's a total mental clean slate. It's like you're separating yourself from the old you who, skipped the gym and ate all that junk food, and you're introducing the new you who would never do that. By leaving those past failures behind, we feel way more optimistic about actually changing.
Okay, so if we're starting out with this amazing psychological boost, this tailwind pushing us forward, where does it all go wrong? Well, that incredible optimism, it turns out, can walk us right into a trap.
This quote from the Olympian Jim Ryan absolutely nails it. That fresh start effect, it's a huge shot of motivation for sure, but it's temporary. It's the starting gun in a race, but it's not the fuel you need to actually run the marathon.
And here it is, the #1 mistake we all make. We confuse that initial exciting wave of enthusiasm for an actual sustainable plan. We're riding high, thinking this new me feeling is just how it's going to be from now on. But motivation is an emotion, right? It goes up, it goes down, and when it inevitably dips, we're left with, well, nothing to keep us going.
So, because we're relying on a feeling instead of a system, we are super vulnerable to some pretty common psychological traps. Let's break down the 3 biggest resolutions killers.
First up, our goals are just way too vague. I want to be healthier, sounds awesome, but what does it actually mean you're supposed to do? Second, we have what's called the planning fallacy. This is where we completely underestimate how much work and time our goal is going to take. And third, the big one, we get stuck in this really destructive, all-or-nothing thinking.
Let's just park on this last one for a second, because this one is the absolute assassin of new habits. You decide you're going to eat healthy, but then you have one cookie at the office party, and the all-or-nothing brain goes, well, that's it, I blew it, the diet is over, guess I'll just eat the whole box and try again next year. See? It turns a teeny, tiny, totally normal slip-up into a complete catastrophe.
The way you fight these traps is with absolute clarity. Just look at the difference here. Eat healthier is a dream. Eat one vegetable with lunch on weekdays is a plan. Get in shape is an idea. Walk for 20 minutes 3 times a week is something you can actually do. It's a game changer.
Okay, so we know why we start strong, and we know why we fall off the wagon. So how do we fix this? How do we actually make it stick? Well, thankfully, there's a proven strategy that helps rewire our brains for success. And this is maybe the most important thing to remember from all of this. Success is not about gritting your teeth and muscling through with willpower. That is a losing strategy. You don't need to be tougher, you just need a better, smarter system.
And that system is the SMART framework. It's been around forever because it just works. Your goal has to be specific, no fuzzy language. Measurable, so you actually know if you're winning. Achievable, come on, be realistic, start small. Relevant, it has to matter to you. You need a strong why. And finally, time-bound, which gives you a deadline and a little bit of urgency.
And as you're using this system, you gotta adopt a new motto: progress, not perfection. This right here is your ultimate weapon against that all-or-nothing thinking. So you only walked twice this week instead of your goal of 3 times? That's not failure, that's progress. You walked twice. Celebrate that, learn from what happened, and just keep going.
So, let's leave it with this. Forget about the massive year-long transformation for a second. Based on everything we just talked about, what is the one tiny, specific, measurable step you can take today, right now,
Because that's it. That's the secret. That is where real, lasting change actually begins.